This video was sponsored by all of the fantastic backers over at Patreon. Check the link out in the description or go to patreon.com/stuffplus to find out more. Generic greetings and welcome back to Stellaris. So in the previous episode, expansion, it was all about the expansion really. So we've got 3 directly colonized systems in the center, G-Star, G-Colony 1 and G-Colony 2, and these are directly colonized systems. So if you can take over multiple planets in there, then that's okay, but at the moment we can't. So we've got those 3, and then we saw very quickly at the start of the episode that actually we're going to run into some problems. The Union of Zanimar to our northeast, they are very friendly towards us, as you can see. Even though we've got a massive border friction of 120 or minus 120 in this case, we're still okay because we're, roughly the same ethics and we get on well and we've traded technology and things like that, so that's okay. We've also got the Quapin-Jaxi Compact on here. Now, if these expanded over to their east, then we wouldn't be able to go this way. If these guys expanded to their northwest and also south, then we'd be screwed there as well. So we decided very quickly to shove up a lot of border pushes and a lot of these, I always forget the name of them. Is it Frontier Outpost? Yeah, Frontier Outpost. So the Frontier Outposts, we've got 2 directly north. We've got one on the east and then one of them sort of north west really, and those are giving us the exits, so we can always go through here. Even if we end up going to war with this guy, we do control all the borders. But more importantly, we've actually got a lot of stuff. So a lot of these credits and such. If I turn that on, you can see there's a lot of stuff we took there, which is fine. Doesn't join up here, which is a problem, even though we have the research for the increased border range of 20% plus the Ascension perk of 25% border range. Still haven't connected that up, so we might have to solve that somehow by maybe putting in another Frontier Outpost. But then that's a problem because that'll drain our influence, which is currently it's actually 4. Okay, so actually we could probably do that anyway. Either way, we're going to unpause it and just crack on. The object for this episode is, like the others, just to see what happens. We're not going to intentionally go to war against anyone unless they are very, very aggressive towards us, or obviously if they go to war against us, then no problem, we'll fight that. That's fine. We've got a 1,630 fleet, which we are trying to increase as well, so that's all fine. We should also go ahead and probably start thinking about maybe getting some armies, because I don't have any armies at the moment, I don't think. Let's just have a quick look on the surface here. Armies, we've got defensive there, defensive there, and defensive there. But I did I research the ability to get, I don't know if we got, is that construction complete? It is that construction complete. To build that station there, please. Did we get a military installation? That's a mineral processing. I'm not too sure if we did or not. Let's have a quick look. Do we even have it in the tree? Now, there is a military academy. We do have a military academy, so that's fine. So we will actually put that one down, and it gives you society and engineering research. So we need to put that on a tile that has that, and quite frankly, it isn't there. Although we do have one, not there. What about G-World? Do we have one here? We can't put it down there. We can't put it there. We can put it there, however, but I think what I'll do, I'll have it. Do I want it on my home world? Do I want it on my home world? Ideally, you want it on a bigger place. So that is the biggest. So if we put it around here, then this will probably work out. So that's got some society research. I will replace that with a military academy. And then by the time that's built, that person should have popped up, so that should be fine. Obviously, we are doing some scout about, so that's fine. We've got 3 science ships doing that, although one of them, to be fair, is over here talking to the Infinity Machine, and we are doing the Infinity Machine research, which is, as you can see, 175 days plus or minus a decade or so, because it's just does take quite a while. 37 of maximum 39 fleets, or not really maximum, but if you go over that, then you get a heavy penalty for doing so, and I don't really want to go over that just yet. I'm already on plus 0 energy credits, so having some more would cause me a lot of problems. In fact, we're going to go into minuses anyway once we start building all of the research stations and the mining stations around here, so yeah, we have to worry about that as well. So on the G colony, I think it was number 1. No, maybe G-Colony here. Yeah, that will do. Transmission incoming. This guy wants to stop star charts, but they are not very friendly towards me. But they have got a non-aggression pact, actually, so we're fine. Yeah, let's swap that. And apparently someone is now talking to me, but it doesn't. That isn't the case. Interesting. Anyway, Obviously, the exterminators up the north here. These are Oop North, and they are bad. Just don't go near them. They are superior with fleet power, naval capacity, and other things. Obviously, they are the Gestal consciousness. They are, yeah, determined exterminators. They want to wipe out everybody, all biological life, as far as I'm aware. It might actually, the exterminators might be intelligent machines. We all sapient organic life forms is intolerable threat to the galaxy. Yeah, okay, so they are destroying just biological life. So if they meet another robot, then they shouldn't be too aggressive, but you never know with this game. It flings some curveballs at you. Anyway, so we can see this place has got 23 energy. We've got 14 energy there and then 12 there. So it looks like G Colony 1 is going to be my system for probably producing some energy. We haven't got, yeah, you can see we've got energy there. So, okay, this is just going to be our energy production facility, and we don't need extra food, but it seems a bit of a shame to waste it, but anyway, we'll leave it there. Go to construction over here. This construction ship is now done. I can't build anything there, and I think that's pretty much done and done, so I'm just going to send it back to base so it can get a bit of an upgrade there. Our strike force is sorted. In terms of research, quick refresh here. We've got Energy Nexus, which will be a nice little upgrade for everybody. We've got Core Sector Systems +1, and then finally the Spaceport. So what I'm going to do, go to Geoworld, over to Spaceport, and start building a colony ship, because we are going to then take this area here. This is the arid world. Now, there's actually an arid world there and a tundra. Tundra we can't capture at all. That's well outside of our skill set. But this one here, it's not too bad. It's got no traits as far as I can tell, and that's pretty much it. It's fairly boring as a planet, really. I mean, I'm not judging it straight away because I don't really know what its backstory is, but either way, there's not much on there as far as I can tell. A couple of bits of resources, that's fine though. We'll just plonk down and see how it goes. In terms of our edicts, we've obviously got the consecrated world and a capacity overload. The problem being that, as you can see, I am still on -3, even with capacity overload on 2 of the 3 planets, but we will go for a capacity overload on here. Actually, we won't, because the consecrated world is something we'll have to do shortly. But I'm getting +4 anyway, shouldn't be a problem. So capacity overload, that takes on to +1 energy credits. Don't really mind sitting on like -1 or 2 for a little while, but I think we do need to start getting up a big stockpile, especially after 10 years. We will have to eventually have another chat with the Curator Enclave and say aid us in their research, and there you go, it costs 1,000 energy, so that's already expired, and that's good because it gives you 15% science output, and obviously that's something we just can't have at the moment because we haven't got the science. I've knocked it up to fast speed, not going to run it on stupidly fast until, well, we need to. New technology there, which is the core sector system, so that's fine. We're going to go to new, and we've got 4 options here. We've got Biolab 2, we've got the Doctrine Fleet Support, which is very, very good actually, because it gives you a ship upkeep modifier of -10%, an engineering bay, which is when the fleet's in orbit, the upkeep is another -5% and 50% build repair speed, so it's actually quite good, that thing. Naval capacity increased by 10% on army upkeep, so we're going to go with the crew quarters because that's going to be very, very useful. We'll unpause it there and get ready to pause it once more immediately as soon as this thing is finished. And then we're going to upgrade all 3 of our spaceports to the level 4, and then we'll see what we can get for the next engineering one. Upgrading the spaceports will, of course, give us an increased naval capacity, which is something we want. So there you go, we've got a couple of things here. We've got Engineering Facility 2, which is something I should probably go for to increase my engineering output, but hey-ho. We've got the cruisers, which is increase the spaceport again and gives us cruisers. Missile defense we don't really care about, and neither do we really want the defense station. I'm going to go for the cruisers because, quite honestly, I think that's the way this game is going. Although, maybe it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, me actually building that in the first place. I'm actually going to not build the spaceport level 4 on the first one because we're building a colony ship, so it's just going to stockpile resources that we just don't have, so no point. Looks like construction ship has finished building. Oh, did I set that there? I must have done. I've totally forgotten about that. Yeah, so looks like we've I had set that to a frontier outpost, and now we've expanded there. This guy's probably going to be on about no, I think total of 32. Still 40, still 40. So he's not really too bothered about that one. There's the energy nexus. We'll go to new research. We've got research alternatives again, a very, very good one, that one. We've got cold fusion, and we've got shields. I'm going to go for shields because I think that we're totally lacking on that one, so it's going to be worth it. Go around all of the planets and upgrade every single one of the things that we don't have. Oh, because we haven't got energy credits there. Upgrade all of these things here, which is the energy nexus. Now, one of the unitaries that we can have, I tend to call them unitaries, because it's from Unity and they're a tree. So one of them is the Pursuit of Profit, which is Energy Grid and Energy Nexus now produce 2 Unity. Very, very good. However, overall, I think we're going to go for the expansion because that will reduce the outpost upkeep by 50%. So considering we've got 5 frontier outposts, I believe, yep, that's something I think that's going to be worth it. Also, it does give us an additional bit of Unity for each of our colonized areas. So yeah, I think it's quite good. I think it's quite good. And also you get additional pop on colonists. Some of it, it's not really, we're not really too bothered about some of it. I was toying with prosperity or expansion, and I think they both have their own merits, but personally, I think expansion is probably the way to go. It's more of an early one, actually. It's more of an early thing, but hey ho, we'll have a colonize on that one. So we've got a couple of places we can go. I'm going to say probably there in that corner there, because +1 + 0 because you don't affect the science. There would be +1 + 1 don't affect, or +1 + 1 don't affect that one. So there is about right, and that's on 2, so we can choose to either get minerals or we can get energy. Obviously, I'm on a very, very low amount of energy credits now, simply because of the science ship. Science ship being, you know, a very, very, very hungry vessel. So there's a new bit of research there. That's crew quarters and engineering bay. We have got now some more research. We've got cheaper war demands, we don't care about at the moment. Artificial moral codes, which reduces the cost, as well as slave resource production, which we don't care about because we're not doing slaves, nor can we. Hydroponics farm 3, don't need that, nowhere. No. And then chemical bliss, which is you can basically hand out loads of drugs to everybody. I'm going to go with the artificial moral codes because, quite honestly, it's the least crap of all 3 of them. Construction ship over here is now finished, so we will send that there and then build more mining stations. And then I'm just checking that that's not in the border, which is a bit of a shame. Nothing over there. Okay, that's fine. Construction ship here is finished, so we'll say build some research stations. Going to go over to G World, make sure that spaceport is set to level 4. Actually, no, you know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to go to crew quarters and engineering bay. Now, these do take, I think they do... Oh, no, they don't have any maintenance with them. That's fine. Oh, one of them has maintenance 1, but overall, when you combine them together, they probably reduce the... I'll probably gain... I'll probably net profit it because of the... way it works, because I'm getting 10% or in total 15% less fleet upkeep, which hopefully... I would hope is a bit better. What is it? Ship maintenance is 19. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe not then. Actually, no. Is that right? Yeah, it's fine. It's call it 20. We're getting 15% of that back. Yeah, so we will be netting it. But it's neither here nor there. I'm still on minus. This guy here wants a research agreement as well as minerals. This is the guy next to me, and quite honestly, 10 years. I will decline, but I'm going to talk to him. I'm going to say offer trade deal. I want a research agreement. He will happily take that, but also I want energy credits. I want as much energy credits as you can. I'm actually going to offer him probably some minerals in return. Quite honestly, because I need the energy credits more than I need the minerals. So he's accepted that, that's fine. That's good. How are we doing over here with the Infinity Machine? It is on... oh, we're just about halfway. That's quite good. And then we'll see if we can help it out and see what it does. And I believe if you do get it complete, you get a very, very, very big bonus. So this guy's now on still plus 40, no real change there. Guy on the northeast is on minus 101, obviously still rivaling them and us, so that's a thing. It looks like that guy's finished his upgrades. I'm going to send him back. The problem here is that actually it's not really a problem, but as you can see, we are going through the Union space, but if we were to be at war, or if that was captured or something by this guy, if the worst happened, then we still do have a transport route on the south there. So that's something at least. Every cloud and all that. So I've got how many construction ships? I've got 3 construction ships. I'm going to disassemble one of them. I don't need 3 construction ships, and that'll help me out a little bit. As you can see, we are settling on this world here, which will not only expand our naval capacity once we get something on there, so a spaceport on there, it's also going to increase our borders somewhat, so we might end up taking like systems, the little outlying systems where they're just on the edge. Construction ship over here is finished. I will send it back to G Colony 1. I'll manually move it there because I can't upgrade it, and we'll pause it and check. So we've got another election here that we can influence. We've got colony ship build, cost and speed, defense platform. We've got monthly unity and weapon damage. I'm going to go for the monthly unity and weapon damage one, and then we'll see what happens there. Be quite good if we get that. I don't think they're going to be elected though, because can you keep supporting them? Yeah, you can actually support them multiple times, and it costs you 50 each, which is interesting. So, let's see what happens there. Is there a trader enclave? No, there's only a curator, which is a bit of a shame. So, Desmond Biggs has been elected Reverend Elder of the Generi League. Biggs? Biggs? Like from Star Wars. So, he was the governor on G-World, and he became the next ruler. So, G-World now... Does it still have that? It does still have a person there. If we just go to... leaders, we can see we've got a couple here. That's fine. So, what's... Busy governing the core sector, yes. And ruling from G-World. Who was it? Monthly unity increase and weapon damage. Warlike, yeah. Building up fleet. Saying things like, oh, well, it's going that way anyway, even though we're the ones that are building up all the fleet. Is and now electing someone who is, yeah, a warlike. I think that's, yeah. We can see what's happening here. We've now got another faction. Although I thought it said that. No, it said faction, didn't it? We've only got two factions.
Ships have been improved.
I think they're going towards more the war stuff. If you've got a leader has got warlike in it, then you might get those there. So we got a couple of inactive buildings. What I want to do is just shift some people over to like that and like that, and obviously that'll generate some more energy credits, which is always useful. Go on to this world here. We'll upgrade our energy grid to an energy nexus, and then we should be finally on net profit energy until I go over to the spaceport and then increase that, and then we'll be on minus again. But hey ho, can't have everything, can you? So we've got a couple of a couple of ships sitting around. Going to send one back over to G-Star. It's always useful to have one over there, so that's fine. And there's nothing on the edge that we are too bothered about. That one might come into my control. We've just taken over this one though, which as you can see has given us 5 energy and 4 minerals. So that's a little bit naughty because I don't have direct control over it or direct access to it. So we've just got a war here. So the Sathid Harmonious Cooperative, which is the south here, have declared war on the Natraxi hierarchy. So if we go to Shaky Hands, we can see that we have close borders with him, but obviously we're very friendly with them. If we go to opinion map mode, we can see that actually we quite like them, but not the Natraxi. So I don't really care too much about that. That's fine with me. In fact, what I will do is, because I can, actually, who's this guy? Is he allied with anyone? He's at war. And he's got some rivals. He's rivaling the Kwapinjaxi. Interesting. Okay, I was going to declare rivalry to get more influence, but quite honestly, I don't need it, and I think we're okay there. Okay, so we're going to go with expansion, pick that up, and then that should increase the development speed of this thing a little bit more. So the expansion is going to be quite useful. Once we complete it, we'll get another 2 directly controlled sector systems, which is there, and then, well, it might be that one there, because my intention is to try and get a lot more energy and start doing terraforming. Haven't found the technology in a while, though, but sometimes it gets sort of shuffled back into the deck, as it were, and quite difficult to find, but we'll come back to it at some point. So just to reiterate, we have got the crew quarters and engineering bay on G-World, and that's where our fleet is situated, so that's quite good. We have now got enough points for another destroyer, but also I think it's time we go to the surface of, is it G Colony 2? Yes, it is, Military Academy, and get ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assault armies. We do eventually want to go for, actually, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So we want to go for a total of 12 assault armies. Now, we do have some upgrades we can give them. So we've got hunter-killer drones and neo-concrete fortifications. Nothing fancy, though, but what we'll do is we'll get all those, and then we'll have an assault force ready to go if we do need it. We don't really want to be having to build it if we do go to war. Not that I think it's a problem. I think that because of the way the game works and the timescales, like if I was to have someone declare war against me, I would have to immediately figure out where they were, which almost certainly it's going to be over here. So I just send them to guard like this point. You know, it wouldn't be too much of a problem. They'll have to come through other people, so I'd have enough lead time to know what's happening. In terms of, as you can see, minerals, I'm off the dial there. That's absolutely insane. What I want to do is go over to the trading, and we'll see who is very, very friendly. We've got the Democratic Crusaders here, which are very, very friendly. We'll say, offer trade deal. I want to say minerals, instant transfer, and I want to say 1,000 minerals, but you're going to have to give me back 1,000 energy, and they're not entirely convinced that that's good for them, but I can probably reduce that a little bit so we get it onto +1. So there we go, and then I'm going to get a nice little bonus there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that straight away, talk to the curators, aid us in research, and accept that. So obviously we've just spent a fair bit, but we now got research plus 15%, which I think is useful. So it's still shouting at me saying we've got inactive buildings over here, which I am aware of, but there's nothing much I can do about it. But we are generating energy, which is more important. We have now though taken this world over, which is fine. So we're going to straight away build a spaceport. We're going to check on for the consecrate world, which we can activate only just though. There we go. So that's fine. Just to reiterate, consecrate world is happiness plus 5%, spiritualist ethics attraction plus 25%, not that that's a problem anyway, growth speed plus 15%, unity output plus 15, and it lasts 100 years, so it's always useful. So that's fine. We're going to just check our research there. Looks like our redict cost is just being reduced. I think I got that before I turned that on, so that's good. We've now got habitability increase, biolab, army damage, army upkeep reduction, and naval capacity. We're going to go for the biolab and really start hitting the science stuff, I think. We've also got some non-aggression pact, and this guy, non-aggression pact, and who does that want? He wants that person there? Yeah, I'll have a non-aggression pact, no problem at all, mate. I'm well up for that. Although we might end up knocking that on the head as we progress on. Gonna go for another destroyer there. We do need to obviously rename the world, so it's gonna be the G Colony 3. That's not the 3, that's the one next to the 3 on the keyboard, which is why I pressed it. There we go, so it's G Colony 3, but it's called Prime. That's, hang on, Prime. There we go, because you can have secondus and such. So, they're building okay. What I want to do is get myself not one of those. I want to get myself one of those temples, and then a gene clinic probably, because increased growth speed. I think we'll prioritize the gene clinic, but then go for the temple, and then I don't think there's anything else we can really get. No, we want Paradise Dome would be good, but we need some research first. So we will get one more Corvette, and then we're maxed out, and then we'll see what we're like. So it looks like we maxed that one out there. This spaceport is getting built. We don't have any other influence to put elsewhere. Not that we can put it in here. Okay, fine. That's alright. Armies, as you can see, we got 5 built on the left-hand side there. Oh, sorry. Well, it shows on the right, but also shows on the left. Don't like this screen. Never like this screen. Don't know why it's like this screen. Wish they would change it. That's my summary of the entire thing. And the artisan troops just contacted us. Hello. They are all about art and poetry and interesting things that are almost certainly not very practical. Yeah, I don't like this tree. I think it's very, very bad indeed. It's not terrible, but it's I can't defend it and say it's fantastic either. You can click on all the armies and you can see this, but in order to add multiple attachments, you have to click on that, click on the attachment, click on that one, close this down, click on that one, click on that. Actually, no, you might not have to close it down when you put it on there. Oh no, you do. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, don't like that. Don't like that. You know, you got 10 armies. Yeah, good luck. It's going to take you a while. Okay. The next thing we've got is assist research, which is always useful. We've got physics lab 2, we've got power plant 2, and central point defense. Not that it matters because power plant 2 is the one we're going for, because then we'll be on a lot of plus energy. And we're going to upgrade our fleet, which is going to cost a total of 385 credits. So that's not bad at all, considering we've got 2,500. So yeah, not really too worried about that. I really wish we had the terraforming tech. Oh, hang on, we've almost finished. Let me just get it normal speed and go in here because we've almost finished the research with the Infinity Machine. It is done. It is done. Somehow we've solved it. You helped. The organic nature of things eluded to us. The answer lied behind us all the time. Of course, thank you, little ones. The universe is vast, yet so small. But now we see it all in this simple glory. It is lovely. Now that we have calculated infinity, there is but one thing we can do now. We can show you the truth. Farewell, young ones. I'm glad we could help. And it slowly moves towards the black hole. Now, this thing here has been a bit of point of contention for between me and a couple of friends because we've always assumed that it goes inside and like it's discovered something amazing in the black hole, and not like it's something amazing it just transport you elsewhere like in Interstellar. It's like there's something completely different like that's going on with this one. Infinity Machine dissipated into a gargantua and then nothing happened. Did it succeed? What did it try to do? We may never know. A tiny residue of its hull remains within the vortex outside the event horizon. We might be able to learn some of its information from it. Final gift from an old friend. So, there you go. Peculiar. So we've gained physics data +4, society data +4, engineering data +4, influence 150, and we've now got positronic AI. There you go. And that there... You see 444, that's what we just said about the thingy. So you can actually research that if you need to. There's nothing there to research, sorry. There's our research speed AI, which is good. We'll see new research, but as you can see, we're already researching stuff. It was just because it gave us the positronic AI. And yeah, there's that there. So we've got that. So I and a couple of friends always assumed that that was supposed to be like something marvelous event where it's gone through, it's transcended elsewhere. And then someone flung a spanner in the works of that one and said, oh no, it's just killed itself. So what do you mean? I said, well, if you read the text, it goes through and says, well, actually, we want to calculate infinity, we've done everything else, but this is the final question. And then they answer that, and there's literally, they know everything. There's nothing else for them to know. And as such, what would they do? Well, yeah, and you just suggested that actually they've just done that. Don't know. So it's an interesting topic, if somewhat depressing. Anyway, where were we? Going okay here. We've got some people moved around in places that I'm not entirely convinced is a good idea. I'm going to start clearing some of this, and we'll say build a mining outpost there. Might as well start clearing all of this. I can just delete. I can clear them all, apart from one I can't because I run out of resources. But you get the idea. I can start clearing this one. Put you over there. You can have a science lab, which I will... Actually, let's not clear all of these first. That first, that second, and then start clearing away. There we are. Going to upgrade that to biolab. That guy's going to move. Yeah, I'm going to go on there. That's going to be built. We will clear that, and then that. There we go. So as you can see, because of our spaceport and taking here, we've now gained access to Withram, which is 2 energy 4 minerals. Not bad. It's alright. It's not too bad at all. So let's knock it up to fastest speed. Current fleet is 2,176 compared to our rival. We can see that we are equivalent, which is within, I believe, 40% anyway, or something there or thereabouts. There is our research complete for cruisers and spaceport level 5. So we've got a couple of things we can build. We've got plasma thruster, robots, which we're not going to go down, increased mineral silo size and storage, and then mining network 3. We're going to go for the plasma thruster just to start increasing that, and then obviously we're going to go around and say space. Sport level a lot. That requires a solar panel. This is the very first one we've got on that world, so that's why it's a bit garbage. So anyway, there's that. They're going to build that up. Check on the tile blockers. That's been cleared. You can go... Oh, that guy's just moved from G-World. Yes, he has. So we've just got Power Plant 2, which is going to be very useful. A lot of stuff for ships here. So we've got Cold Fusion Reactor, Shield Capacitor. I think we're going to go for the UV Laser because I think we're sorely lacking on that front. We're going to upgrade those two. We're going to upgrade... In fact, you know what? Basically, if we can upgrade on the world, it gets upgraded because there's no reason not to. Well, that's bad. I'll have to check that in a second. It says enemies, but it doesn't mean enemies. Well, it is technically hostile, I guess. Asteroid sighted. So, asteroid must be destroyed before it's too late. And we've got an asteroid basically coming in there, as you can see. Asteroid heading towards one of our new colonies. Well, we're going to send the fleet off, and it will destroy it. Actually, to be honest with you, no, it's about to get destroyed anyway. Ah, doesn't matter. So the military station destroyed it. Asteroid that was approaching a G Colony 3 Prime on a collision course has been destroyed. With their doom averted, our jubilant citizens on the planet have taken to the streets in celebration. A scan of the remaining fragments also revealed that the asteroid consisted largely of valuable minerals and collected them, which is 1,000 minerals. That is always useful, isn't it? I mean, I would prefer a big battery. A big sort of... yeah, just something other than that one. So, that's just because we need energy more than we need minerals. So, we've got reveal resource habitability, cheaper war demands, sacred nexus always useful, and find these terrestrial sculpting, which is terraforming. I'm going to go for the terraforming because that's really something I want sooner rather than later. Because if we miss out on it, then that's going to be a problem. I'm going to send our ship back because it's fully... I think it's got everything it can do over there. Yeah, that's fine. Just going to upgrade our ships. There we go. So, who can I talk to? I'll talk to this guy. See how you're doing. Offer trade deal. Minerals instant transfer. Bosch 1,000. And you can give me back instant transfer. He's not too happy about that, actually. He's going to give me a little bit. Not a very good trade, to be honest with you, but I'll take it. I'd rather have something than nothing. I mean, I know I can keep storing these minerals, but it doesn't really seem to be right. So, cruiser, let's get them cruisers built up. Let's actually get that spaceport built up, and then cruisers, and as you can see, we've got 44, 53. Let's just check our cruisers, actually. Over to ship design. Cruiser, we've got loads of medium lasers on it, and that's it. And some shields and some armor plating. That's okay, that's fine. So, bit of research to do here. Aha! Doesn't matter what I read because we're going to go for the Psi Warriors, but we'll go down it for sake of completeness. Orbital hydroponic farms, very, very good if you're not on +6 anywhere. Synthetic thought patterns, resettlement cost reduction, we don't do it anywhere. Living state, very good actually. Leader capacity increase, leader recruitment cost minus 20%, max influence from factions +1. Always good, but then we've got finally Psi Warriors, which is an upgrade for armies, which also puts us on the psionic tree, which is something we are aiming for, so I'm glad we've got that sooner rather than later. That's good. So we'll build another cruiser. We should be... oh no, we've actually gone over, but this isn't fully upgraded yet. So once this is, actually no, we won't be. We won't there. This person's wanting a. I'm guessing that's a migration. Yes, it is. We're not going to take a migration treaty off them.
An alien empire now speaks to us in the language of the divine.
Oh, stagnant ascendancy. The enigmatic observers. Greeting. Generis, how delightful! We haven't expected to encounter you for a few centuries yet. Personally, I thought you would wipe yourselves out long before leaving your gravity well, but I'm glad to be proven wrong. So, our citizens send their regards. I think that's the most universal and most non-offensive. So there you go, you can see there, over in the left-hand side, we knew that there was someone around there. Well, we guessed. And that should be the remaining empires, unless there's one around here that... no, if we would have actually found it. So I think that's it. I think that might be all of the empires. There might be one or two outlying ones that I haven't found, but either way, I think that's about right. I want to go for... that's a plasma thruster, that's fine. We've got the ability to get engineering facility. We've got fighters and bombers. We've got plasteel. I'm going to go for the engineering facility just because, like I said, we're trying to get that upgraded. So we'll say upgrade the fleet there, and that should hopefully put us on about 3,000, which is exactly what it has done. We could go here and destroy this, all these pirates, and quite honestly, it is within this guy's system. Anyway, we've just now got the expansion in here, or got a unity point, and we could put it in either colonization fever, which is capital buildings produce 1 additional unity, or reach for the stars, which is for purpose of colonizing building frontier outposts, systems count as being half the regular distance away. Completely pointless because we've already done that, but that would have been good early on. I'm going to go for the colonization fever because it will increase our unity. So we are getting a total of 67. When we take that, we go to 73. Excellent. Over to G Colony 3 Prime, we can see that this is now fully upgraded there. Nothing else to put on it. I'm not going to be putting the... I guess I could put crew quarters on each one because it doesn't have an upkeep, does it? No, it doesn't actually have an upkeep, so I'm going to put crew quarters on all of them, but I'm not going to put the engineering bay because that does actually cost minerals to do. Sorry, energy to do. Going to set, what are we on for influence? We're doing alright, actually. We'll probably put some capacity overload on my main world and on... I have to be careful here because I can't put it on all of there. Not going to put it on that one. Not going to put it on that one. Will put it on that one. Look, we're on 48 there. Oh, it's already running capacity overload. Okay, that settles things. So there we go. Job done. And then we're on to plus 22 energy credits, which is good because we can now probably go and have a little chat with the Artist Enclave and say, we want to become your patron. And there's this Patreon sponsor video, so it sort of works out. So if we accept that, we give them 1,000 energy credits, which is far less than what's on the Patreon account for myself. But you are getting monthly unity out of it. So, you know, I'm also now netting, because I'm their patron, some generic appreciation points, which is always good. We're going to upgrade that ship. We're going to upgrade that ship. Just check that fleet there, which does not need to be upgraded. And then I'm going to send it off. Because quite honestly, I haven't fired a shot in anger in weeks. So let's get that sent off, and we'll destroy this for him. I don't think he's got the fleet. Also, because I'm doing that, I might get some nice little resources where I can scan and find some technology, which would be useful. And assuming that is the case, once this guy's finished the Hixar survey, I'm going to send him back because he's the closest one, I think. Science ship there, science ship there. Oh no, science ship there is probably closest, but quite honestly... actually, no, it might be worth them doing that. I don't know. Do I want to send them over? Looks like that guy and that guy have now gone into a defensive pact. I know a couple of people asked me in the last episode, why haven't I gone in for a defensive pact? The reason is because, although you might think, oh, you're getting yourself into trouble, and I think I might have said that I don't want to get myself into trouble that way. In reality, it works the opposite way. You go into a big defensive pact, nobody wants to attack you, so you don't get wars in the end. Now, it's not that I'm trying to foster a war, but also I'm not against it because, you know, I understand that that can be interesting. You know, it's you've got different things to do. So over here, as you can see, we've got our fleet. I'll reduce it down to normal speed, and we'll send that over there. So this is the first time we've really fired a shot in anger on this fleet fully. So that is our fleet, as you can see. Fairly impressive. Looks like the cruisers are going to put cut point there. We've got a lot of corvettes, we've got a lot of destroyers, and we've got only 3 of the cruisers. But we do have a fairly decent technological advantage, or at least one would assume. As you can see, they've got a 1.3k fleet with a 3.74 space station. The missiles are coming off there. Looks like they've got shields. They are not firing missiles at me. Their missiles are coming towards me. It's going to splat down there. As you can see, I've got no missile defense, which is always a problem. My shields are going right down. However, my lasers are cutting through already. They're down a couple of corvettes. They are dropping like flies on that one. Myself, I am down by... Ooh, that's actually quite a bit naughty. It's hitting hard, actually. It's because we don't have any missile defense. That's the problem. We've lost just about 1,000 there, but that's okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to refit with cruisers anyway. That was always the plan. I was hoping to actually lose some corvettes, which is exactly what's happening. As you can see, we're dropping corvettes off. So I think we started with 21, 22 corvettes. We're now down to 13. But we are well inside their fire range now, so they won't be able to track. And there we go, pirate station destroyed. So we've gained some energy credits, gained some minerals, and that's gone. Now I could go over there to destroy the other one. I think it would probably work out. In fact, what I'll probably do is wait until this has been destroyed, and then I might go over there once we have sorted ourselves out. We're still damaged. Bit of damage around there, bit of debris as well. So yeah, we do need to get that science ship, or a science ship, over, and looks like this one is coming back anyway. It's coming around over to there. So actually, you can take a bit of a detour, mate, and you can come in to here for now. Unpause it. I'm just going to wait until my shields build up. We'll put it to fast speed there, and then we'll go in. We still double them in terms of the military power. Actually, we don't. I'm on 2.3. They're on 3, 4, 5. They're on 1.6-ish. So actually, might be a bit risky going in here, especially with their missiles. Not entirely confident I would win that very quickly. So what I'll do is I'll just wait where I am. And my ships are about to be finished anyway, so they'll come and rearm, so there's no problem there, that's fine. We're probably going to be over capacity, but not too much of a problem. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I'll send them straight back. Just got UV lasers, and they're much, much better. So we've got a couple of things to upgrade here. Sentinel point defense, that would be useful against missiles, which we are facing. Physics lab, we've got the planetary shield generator, which I think is quite a decent thing. As you can see, it gives you some some physics and engineering research, and the curator exploration lab, which is completely useless at this point because it increases the survey speed by 25%, but quite frankly we've surveyed about 75% of the galaxy anyway, so it's sort of pointless. I would like to go for the shield generator, but physics lab I think is the way to go for the time being. So as I said, sending the ship back over. Any ships that get built will automatically be sent over to that one, so we'll have to see what happens there. So there's all of the ships. I'm going to immediately pause it and say upgrade, 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 and upgrade, because they were built, they were in the queue before the previous one, before the models were altered. Because if we go up to ship designer, that's the previous model, and I'll click now. There you go. So they now got medium UV lasers, much better. Excellent. Okay. So I'll speed up to max speed because, quite honestly, it's going to take a while to jump back. This is obviously one of the problems with the hyperlanes rather than the jump drives. But hey ho, that's just what we're getting. Still looking forward to the new DLC, that's for sure. I think that's going to be fantastic, or at least one would hope. I'm just going to send all the ships in here. They're going to combine when we can. That's that merged, 3.1. No anomaly there, so that's fine. There's 3 ships, which we will then combine. And the fleet is now, it's going to be about 4K. So, this is the latest newsletter from the patron. Sadly, nothing much. So, no inspiration can be drawn. Mood is dire, but hopeful. So, the saying, we can donate or we can unsubscribe. I'm going to say we can't donate because, well, we can't. We just don't have the energy. We'll unpause it and we'll combine those. And then we're now up to 4K, which is nice. And, I was going to go over there and sort that out, but looks like that's not happened. It's already been destroyed by the look of it. Oh, well, that's fine. So we're going to say, oh, Zerocorp's just come here. That's fine. I'm just going to send that over there. So you say research project and system. The debris. Yeah, there you go. Look, it's been destroyed. It's completely gone. So, with me attacking one of them, looks like they've gone to war. They've wiped the rest out. So, we've now got the... Oh, interesting. The XT-489 eliminator declared war on the Miriam Star Corp. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not entirely bothered about the Miriam Star Corp getting hit. But, here's the problem. I like this guy even less. So that could be a problem. That's going to kick off. We will eventually go to war against this guy. I don't think there's any reason to say we wouldn't. Let's increase my naval capacity because of that. Yeah, I can't see any reason why we would not end up at war with that guy. Simply because of... simply because he hates everybody. So he's going to be always going to war against people. Unless he can't fight because we are... too large, but then we'll just attack them. So that's inevitable. It is inevitable that we'll go to war against him, I believe. Right, I just want to take a little bit of time here to go around and upgrade some of our systems, because I've been lacking on that front somewhat. So let's upgrade that to there. That can stay there. You can go there. We will, however, build up to one of those domes later on. So in here we can see we've got people that are working, but there's nothing to work 4. Rather, there's no like building on there, so we need to change that up. So we'll upgrade that to a physics lab. We'll put you over near the physics and say build another lab. We'll clear the tile, clear the tile, clear the tile. Get all them tiles cleared over here. We'll upgrade that one. This one we will upgrade to... We could have food. We could have food. Might as well. Nice little stockpile. Considering we'll be terraforming these worlds, we don't know what we'll get there. Actually, speaking of terraforming, can we do that? Terraform, we don't have atmospheric manipulation, which is a shame. Once we get that and we have some energy, then we'll be okay. Speaking of energy, we can now chat with the Trader Corp. So hi there. So we cannot get the strategic resources, but we can say train for energy credits and say 2,000 minerals for 1,000 energy. There you go. And we'll do the mid one, which is 1,000 for 500. So it's a fairly horrible trade, but it does allow us to then talk to the curator. Just check, have we got research on the go? We have. We could say misuse of the universe. And ask them about a mystery of the universe that we don't know about. I don't like that. I'm not a big fan of that. I think I'd rather leave it as something that we find later on. So that's nothing else there. We can check with the artist. We can say festival, which is, you need to have the artisan troop being very friendly with you. Plus 50, which currently it's only plus 29. So we can't do that. Which is a bit of a shame, but hey ho, that's what it is. So that world's consecrated, that world's consecrated, that one is consecrated. We should really fire up the infrastructure project there, speeds things up. Looks like we've got some research to sort out. This one here, we've got a couple of things to do. This one here, you can see this is half research because that's what we got off the pirates. Not something I really care about anyway. We've got mineral silo, mineral processing plant, which is minerals 20%. Let's go with that one. And then this one here is hydroponics farm. We don't need clone army. We're not going to bother with. Army upkeep is always useful. And then cheaper war demands. None of them are great. I'll go with army upkeep because it's it shouldn't take too long to do. This science ship we will send... Actually, we won't send back. We'll just say survey. You might as well survey the system. Why not? There you go. Inactive buildings over there. We know that's something I... What's this? That's something that it's a bit of a problem, that one, because people keep moving from it. People always migrate. Anyway, so... This here, this is a shielded world, so Holderbanger 3 has been found to be completely enveloped in some kind of energy barrier. All attempts by the ISS Asperity to penetrate the barrier with the sensors have failed. So we can say the barrier's coming down for science, or we can say it must be there for a reason, leave it be. I think either or can work. It's just a sort of random roll of the dice, and maybe it's based on the technology you have and blah blah blah. But yeah, we're not going to bother with doing anything with that. So if there's any upgrades, we'll fling them upgrades on. You can go onto there. You can go there. We'll build. Actually, we want to say build that there. Hydroponic thing. Can be upgraded. Want to clear that tile. Want to build energy grid. Do we really want energy grid there? Or do you want to mine that? No, we'll have energy grid. Doesn't really matter. More research. Oh, this is interesting. So we've got the Interstellar Fleet Traditions, which is unlocks module Fleet Academy, which increases the ship's fire rate, chance state, and tracking, but only if it's built from that place. And then the Grand Fleet, which is something you turn on for 1.46 influence tick, well, for a month, and then that gives you increased naval capacity by 35% and a bonus to your repair and upgrade speed. I am not going to go with that for now. I think I'm going to go for the Sacred Nexus, which is one of the upgrades for the temple type thing that we have. So that's always useful. I'm going to send that back to research, to upgrade. No more upgrades to add there. As you can see, we are just on the maximum fleet, or rather close to it. I'll build a destroyer, then we will be on the maximum fleet. And I think we will leave it there. Productive episode, I think. We've done the Infinity Machine. We've got that guy smashed up there. And now things are really starting to kick off. As I said at the previous episode, the problem with Stellaris has always really been that the mid-game can become very stagnant. And we're sort of in that very, very... nothing happens type mid-game, but still progressing on. Obviously, we've sort of come on leaps and bounds here. Good size empire, doing quite well in terms of, well, pretty much all of what we've got all of what we've got like size-wise. Decent resources, decent research. Fleet, probably one of the better ones around here. So yeah, look at that. His fleet power is inferior, so that's bad for him. This guy is equivalent. This guy, I'm guessing, is superior. No, it's equivalent, so even better. Our sort of our neighbour over here, yeah, they're all equivalent and or below. Inferior there. None of them so far have said anything other than equivalent or inferior. The robots here, the Eliminator, they were a little bit further up, but hang on, I'll check that in a moment. Yeah, they were a problem. They were higher, but not now. So, as you can see here, oh my good grief, the Natraxi hierarchy has made peace with the Sith and Harmonious Cooperative, and the following has happened. They've 5 seeded 5 planets and destroyed Frontier Outpost, and now looks like we've got the Quapinjaxi Compact over there, which is somehow they've managed to nick, and then there's something there as well. Or maybe that was, oh no, that's the original person's homeworld, and that's just something that this guy had. Okay, okay. That's a problem. He's actually got rivals, so I'm going to declare rivalry with him. There you go. So sadly, the Sathid Harmonious guy is gone. Well, he's not gone. I could form a defensive pact, but I don't want to fight a war through these two guys. We've got a bit of expansion here, so we've got tradition cost, new colonies start with, additional population. Going to start going down this route here. We could stop there and not bother going for the expansion stuff, but as I said, my objective is to try to terraform what the worlds we have, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, we will leave it there. Not bad, as I said. I think we're doing okay. As always, suggestions in the comments and all of that, and by all means on the Patreon feed, etc. As I've mentioned several times before, this is a Patreon directly sponsored video, so thank you if you're one of the Patreon supporters. This is only possible basically because of yourself, so again, thank you very much. Plus, several generic appreciation units, and yeah, let me know what you think. As always, hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.